Hello and welcome. Wow, I feel like I haven't done this for a while. With my dad visiting and the wonderful kidney stone visiting, I haven't. So I'm going to bring my guests right in. You probably know them, especially if you watch me on Saturdays with them.
Yeah.
Kim and David. David
Hi.
is at an age now where he says the obvious. I just realized he says, there he goes, because... Did you ever go to a movie theater and there's some old people in the back and everything that happens on the screen, the old people have to say? Like watching a movie and the man gives the lady a ring and you hear, "Ow, he gave her a ring, they're getting married."
That's me.
That's now David.
That's this guy.
How are you?
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
I'm so glad to have both of you. Usually we only see David and Kim visits every now and then.
Yeah.
Now it's Kim and David and Colton will probably still visit every now and then.
Yeah, he might pop.
He
down at
might.
some
We'll
point.
see.
So let's getting rid of the obvious. You guys have a group, very popular Facebook group called.
Now that's
Disney.
Good. I like you playing along. Thank you. Kim, being a teacher, you have to teach me again. I didn't know I was supposed to put the apostrophe on that because I'm like, that doesn't own anything. It was very strange trying
Because
to
that is a contraction for that is Disney.
All right. And I was in honors in English, but that's because I wrote stories, not because I knew punctuation at all. I know. They didn't look at that.
Well, you did. What was it you did the other day? You did something, and I was like,
"Oh, I said the
Piccianos.
Piccianos," and I didn't put the apostrophe.
No,
but
you gave the possessive apostrophe.
But I shouldn't have.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I forgive you.
Thank you. I still don't understand apostrophe for some reason. I guess it,
I don't know.
but I get some other very convoluted concepts, but not that. Okay, so Now That's Disney is on Facebook. If I want to go join a really good Disney group, I can go to Facebook and go to Now That's Disney and hit the join button.
Yes.
Please do come visit us.
We would love it.
And on Saturdays, we do Disney Night Live, which is me, you, and Stan Solo from the Grand Circle Tour podcast.
That's right. And the solo show. And
the solo show. He's from and the Muppets.
Yes, he's everywhere.
Is he from the Muppets? I think
he is a Muppet.
He is a Muppet.
He's a Muppet. Yeah. Cool.
So let's see. Mary is here. Eric is here. Marla is here. Katarina.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. Adam is here. Adam is on Lake Erie right now, I think.
Happy birthday, Adam.
Oh, that's right. It's Adam's
We love
birthday.
You.
Should we sing to him?
Yeah.
We could sing to him.
Happy
birthday to you.
Cha cha cha.
Happy
birthday to you. I realized with the time delay we were going to be horrible.
We're off.
But Adam, the feeling and the thought is there.
It is there. Adam's a great guy.
I agree.
Yeah.
Before we talk about wow, I just took your trip over.
It was our trip.
Your trip to Disney and our day a little bit. A video came out today of Harmonious from Epcot. It's only 2 minutes. I didn't watch it yet. Did you watch it, Kim?
No.
Yeah, I watched a little bit, so.
Nope. Let's see it.
So we're going to watch it together. Everybody, watch this. This looks good.
It's exciting.
It is very exciting to me to see what's going on here. So wow, where is it? I know it's here. I recorded it.
Harmonious is our newest nighttime spectacular. It will be happening on the World Showcase Lagoon at Epcot. It's a wonderful opportunity to not just celebrate the music, the stories, the characters, but to actually honor and celebrate the cultures that inspired those films.
Harmonious is an amazing story. It captures the music and the energy of our characters in a way never before imagined.
The show is built in a 3-act structure. The first act is entitled Gather. It's where we gather everyone around the World Showcase Lagoon and make them part of our world family. The opening is so wonderful because you have all these international languages, and I keep waiting to hear myself within it. And when I do, I feel a part of it. And that's really what we want our guests to feel, is to feel like they are a part of Harmonious. The way the characters are represented, a lot of times they are silhouettes. And we did that on purpose so you could put yourself into that role of the character. Act 2, entitled Celebrate, basically goes into the World Showcase pavilions. So what it becomes is a wonderful trip around the world as we're going from continent to continent in a celebration of the world, but through Disney, and something that everyone here will, I think, really enjoy. So we enter the last act of our show, which is Unite. It takes you and it takes the spirit of what Epcot's about. about the world can be one united place, and it really puts it front and center in the lagoon. And then you, as our united family, can come together and see that with your united family.
When this show hits, I believe it will bring people together in a way that has such a power that you normally would never expect out of a theme park show or an experience.
When we do these shows, I look at them as, how are we as artists, able to come together and give you inspiration. And that's what's special, is that you can go and inspire anybody. These shows can inspire, our music can inspire, our films can inspire, and really light the way for the future, because that's what Epcot's all about. It's not about just staying where we are, it's about looking to the future as a global community.
%100% sold.
Sold.
Yeah, I think it looks amazing. I can't wait. It looks so beautiful.
I hope Rudy, you're not getting any lasagna. Rudy Clark from Crazy for Disney. I do need to make him a lasagna at some point. But I'm totally so. I think the 3-act structure I kind of like.
Yeah.
And I understand some people don't like the IPs, the cartoons coming into it, but each country basically now has its own, animated cartoon. I think it's okay for that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't bother me at all. I think it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, I think kids aren't going to connect with Mexico unless there's Coco. Kids aren't really going to connect with China unless there's Mulan. So I'm okay with it.
Yeah, and the images look really clear on the tacos.
Yeah, and I don't mind the steel structures. If they're going to give me a great show, I don't mind them.
I agree. They actually didn't bother me as much as I thought from everybody talking about them before we went. When I got there and I saw them, I didn't really notice it. And then when I did, I was like, oh, there's the tacos. It wasn't, it wasn't as obstructive as people say it was, to me at least. And I feel like when I saw them, I knew something great was going to be coming from them.
Yeah,
so
Karen Clark doesn't like them. I mean, Rudy Clark doesn't like them. And
Darren.
And Karen Clark. And if you complain about them in front of him, he'll give you reasons why you should complain more. Doesn't want to let it rest. So, okay. So, don't go into our day yet. Let's wait for that. Give me your entire trip. It's a little different than your other trips. How did you feel overall? For real, give me the goods.
Overall, pretty good. I mean, listen, we're coming from New Jersey and we think it's hot here, and then you get there and you're sweating everywhere, but it was still enjoyable. It's Disney. I'd rather sweat at Disney than at home. So.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad. We went a couple years ago in July, and there was a heat wave in Florida, like 105. And it was rough, I'm going to admit. This trip wasn't too bad. Just the middle of the day. The day that we were together was really hot. But
right.
It was more humid than even hot.
It was both. It was, The
humidity exemplifies that heat completely. But what about the pandemic changes? I mean, when you were here, I guess there weren't masks, so that's good. But did you get to any of the changes really bother you, or the Poly not having the monorail?
Yes, a little bit. One of them, there was small things that bothered us as a family, but not to ruin our trip, but little things like with Poly being under construction, the monorail not running at the Poly. We knew though, and we still chose to stay there. But then one day we went to the TTC to take the Poly to the Epcot, and we didn't know that the monorail wasn't running from the TTC to Epcot. So we had to walk back to the Poly and then get on the bus. So little things like that were, a little bit annoying.
Yeah,
but
you're not paying a discounted rate really for the room, and there's a lot of things that aren't there. So what the construction that you saw at the Poly, did you feel like it's going to be good when it's good? Or were you encouraged by anything?
Yeah,
definitely. And, because we left on the 18th, which was Sunday, the next day, I think they took down a lot of the construction walls at the Poly. Trader Sam's opened. The Oasis pool bar for food opened. So we just missed that by a day.
Yeah.
And
everything open
did they open it because you left? Maybe?
I think just they were waiting for us to leave.
The Piccianos are gone. Yeah. Open it up.
Yeah. And the non-DVC rooms were refurbed, and they just opened those as well. So, we kind of missed out on some of those things, but the timing of it, you never know.
You didn't ask them to see a refurbed room, did you? Sometimes they'll let you.
No.
He peeked.
I did peek, and I tried to get in, but the door was locked.
He had a picture.
Yeah.
I would have tried to like find somebody.
It was pretty
So
exciting.
hey, here's something you don't know. When I was staying at the Poly, I was in the concierge. When I lived in New York, I would come, and I was a travel agent, so I afforded the concierge for 9 nights at the Poly. Sigourney Weaver was 2 rooms down from me with her daughter.
Oh, cool.
She was there the whole week. Do you know how many times I wanted to just sit out the room and wait for her to come back?
Yeah.
I would have stalked her.
They actually asked us when we checked in, if you do see her, please not to make a big deal over it.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, no, not at all.
I want to anything crazy.
Yeah.
I
Well,
would've-
what was open? The Tambu Lounge was open. I think what really bothered us was the Kona, not the grill, but the little what is it called?
Oh, the Kona Island.
The Kona Island coffee bar was closed, so that kind of hurt. So because we had to drink the coffee, with Florida water in the room.
Whoa.
Yeah, so usually that's a nice treat for us when we go to the Poly. We love to grab a coffee from there right before we get on the monorail. There was some different ways you couldn't just walk through like you normally did to go to even say the lava pool, the big pool. You had to kind of walk, like do some crazy extra route, but it was still magical. It still had the water pageant went by every night. For me, just hearing that from the Poly at night is very nostalgic for me. And sometimes Colton and I will run down to the beach to watch it. Sometimes I just enjoy.
I don't think she's
Mary.
joking. I don't think she's joking.
She's not joking.
No, she's not joking because Mary
She's not.
loves her coffee.
She is a coffee connoisseur.
I really was craving a really good cup of coffee, and I only drink coffee in the morning. So, but oh well,
But next time you gotta bring bottled water. Don't use that.
We did. I started using bottled water, so that turned out okay. I mean, there were slight things that were not there, and we knew all of it basically going into it. I don't think that the where we are right now with the pandemic had any difference in the park other than fast passes not being around. But I mean, I don't think we waited longer than maybe a half hour for a ride, like standby. We kind of navigated things. No, we were able to navigate it depending on the time we got to the park and what we wanted to do, and also using the DAS pass.
I think
we'll get into that in a second.
Yeah.
What we didn't realize is that Disney is still really short-staffed. So there was things that like just room service was closed to the room. That's just a lot of.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and that sounds like we're spoiled, but we actually use that a lot.
No, you're paying. No, listen. If anybody says that you are paying a premium to stay there, and it's something you've looked forward to, and you've canceled many, many trips, that is not a spoiled thing. If I'm paying the price, I've earned it. I work hard to do what I want to do. I get that completely.
Well, yeah, we used to use that a lot. If we were going to a park in the afternoon, we'd grab Colton some chicken nuggets or a cheeseburger to the room while we're getting ready, give him some downtime. So that always helped us a lot. Or we would grab food from the Oasis Grill, which was also closed. So, we had some obstacles and we just figured it out and navigated it, and it worked out. But it was still magical.
Okay.
And the cast members there were doing the best they could.
Yeah.
There was 2 women working the bar at Oasis Pool, and they were trying to make us Pago painkillers. And they were saying, please bear with us because they had just been pulled from somewhere else completely. One was not even ever a bartender, and another was a bartender at a whole different resort. So, and they told us, they were like, we just got told we had this assignment today. So they were amazing.
Ohanes, you did not get in, correct?
We didn't get in.
No.
Okay, just so you know, if it makes you feel any better, tons of complaints right now just on the food in Ohanes that it's not, like the steak was tough. This is no good. There's no good. So there's going to be menu changes. So it might be good that you didn't get in this time.
Yeah.
Right.
And we've done it. So we were okay with it.
Yeah.
And as far as the hiring, there's a whole big thing going on online where Disney's hiring thousands and thousands of cast members. So that's a plus there.
Yeah, I mean that was, and you know what? It didn't affect any of the cast members while we were there. Although they were struggling to keep up with a lot of things, they did it with a smile on their face. They were 100% like pure magic throughout the whole trip.
Yeah.
We didn't have one bad experience.
Nope.
And I made sure that we would say compliments to either the cast member or their manager. Like if we were out to eat. Yeah, you have to do that and go out of your way.
Like the waitress at Rose and Crown. She was just
she was great.
She was just so nice and so friendly, and I think she was faking a British accent.
I think she was really from the UK.
I do have a cast member friend that does that.
Yeah, I think she was, David. Because
I kind of like it when they do that because
she kept saying tomato bisque to another couple, and they were like, "What?" And she was going, "Tomato bisque soup." And then finally they were like, "What?" Like 3 times, and she goes, "Tomato bisque," and I was like, "Oh my god."
She used her American accent.
That's pretty funny. You mentioned Colton a few times. I love Colton. We're going to talk about things because I want to know some of the challenges that a special needs family has. Is that the right term? Am I even saying it right?
Yeah.
Would you say special needs?
Yes.
Yeah.
How old is Colton?
12.
12. And I'm going to say this, that you may not know when you first meet Colton that there's an issue. He's very high functioning. And then at some point I was surprised and I went, oh, okay, I see what's going on. It wasn't a big deal to me, but it was to maybe the guest in front of us. We're on Living with the Land. And we're traveling, and Colton is fully aware of the whole cucumber spectacle where the lady got off the boat. And he sees employees working, and I didn't know if he was joking or not. I think he was joking. Like, I think he knew they were Epcot employees, right?
I don't know. I think he really thought, because he thought they were like the cucumber lady.
Yes,
okay, because he screamed at them and said, "Hey, you get back on the ride!" And the people at Epcot didn't know, because they were working, and the people in front of us kept looking back like, that kid's yelling. And what I want to ask you, Kim, because I felt the mama bear stuff, and I'm not his mother, but I felt it. I was like, I'm going to hit this guy in the front. He's not getting it. If it would have accelerated where the guy in the front said, "Hey, shut your kid up,"
that would not have been good. You can't.
Right, but how do you do it in an educating way to let them know, hey, he's got a problem. He's not doing this on purpose. Give me, what would you have done? Really, what would you have said? If he said, "Shut that kid up. We have to be quiet on this ride. You're ruining it."
I don't know if I could say that on live TV because I am probably worse than David when it comes to protecting my son. If somebody did that, I might punch them in the face.
Oh boy.
See, I would want to explain to him and make him feel horrible for just,
that too. Then I would do that after he was on the ground. But before that, we've had many years of doing this. And
ignore it. But
we've developed thick skin. That's the first thing that you learn as a special needs parent, especially in a place like Disney or somewhere that everywhere for a very long time, you develop really thick skin where you learn to not care. You just cover it. And you know what? If it's not bothering somebody else, we're very good about making sure that Colton isn't bothering somebody else or interrupting a good time or being loud like in the theater.
Oh, you were really good about squashing it and explaining to Colton, "Shh, stop."
You're on a rider. It's
you have to separate the 12-year-old boy and understand what's 12-year-old boy and special needs. Like one night I think we were at Magic Kingdom and a guy was walking by with a child in a stroller and almost hit Colton. And he's like, "Hey, mister, watch your stroller." I've learned to laugh or cry, one or the other, because I
think it's good that Colton said that.
But honesty, then later I said to him, number one, it can be dangerous. It's just with any kids, to be honest. Like any of our advice is something that you would do as a parent of any kid.
Yeah.
Listen, that could be dangerous. You don't know if that person might snap. Number one. Number two, it's rude. Just say, "Please excuse me," or we all have
does he a
stroller.
Does he absorb that when you give him that info?
Yeah, he does, but it's a lot of repeating.
Yeah, it's a lot of repetitive.
And it's, we do it. It's a constant basis of just, being polite or, keeping your voice down. There's a lot of times when that's another thing that Colton, that a lot of people don't know about autism is your voice may be very loud. And I'm already a loud person. So is my family. So he has that magnetized with the magnitude of his own voice, so he's just loud, and
we always have to tell him to keep the volume down a little bit.
But I remember you telling me that it's hard to make plans because you don't know if midday there's going to be a meltdown that needs to be addressed. It's hard to make plans with a lot of people because you have to be ready for anything. Yeah,
it was really nice this trip that we got to meet up with friends. We met you, which was a great day at Epcot. We met Adam at Animal Kingdom. We met Don and Marie several times. We ran into our friend Mark Ambrose and his son at Animal Kingdom. And for the most part, Colton was really, really just well behaved and just, everything was fine. Our first couple days at Disney is an adjustment.
Don't mess with Mary T. Wells.
Yeah, I mean, our first couple of days at Disney, there was an adjustment, and Colton, had to adjust from.
Yeah, by the time I got him, he was completely in Epcot mode.
Right.
And he was really lovable too to me. Like, he knew, I see this guy always. He sent me Skittles, and I just got the biggest hug from him. He's a good boy. He
is a good boy. I mean, we've learned to navigate Disney with special needs. I mean, everybody has good days and bad days, and
I wonder if you're spoiled from Disney, that if you went to, let's say, Six Flags, you ain't getting the same.
You're not going
to Can you give me an example of a time where a cast member helped you that you went, oh, they went a little bit out of their way because they noticed something?
Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'll tell it. Well, like, there's been so many, and that's why I always tell people. Also, so I make my own ears. So I have a couple different autism ears, or David will wear an autism awareness shirt or something. And that helps because, like you said, Colton doesn't always seem.
He doesn't always present. Yeah.
Present. Autism is a spectrum disorder. So everybody's a little bit different, and he's very, very verbal, and he's very, very friendly. So people may not know that when the bus comes and they let out the air, that sound, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, the air brakes.
Yeah.
When he was younger, he would scream. Like, it actually hurt his ears. It's actually painful. So, and everyone would turn and stare. And that's when we learned to put on the blinders. But like, one instance is a couple years ago, we were at Tutto Italia, and what was his name? That waiter's name? Paolo. Yep, yeah. Paolo. This was when Colton was like 6, and it was his birthday, or no, maybe it was our first trip. And Paolo saw the birthday button and wanted to bring him out a cake and sing. And Colton hated when people sang really loud, happy birthday. It bothered his ears. And he was like, no, I don't want it. I don't want it. And at first I felt like, oh my gosh, the waiter's going to think he's being so rude. And the waiter did not. He knew. He picked up on it. And then he goes, Mom, don't worry. And I was upset because I wanted Colton to get sung to. You know what I mean? I wanted to see that. I wanted that picture. And he comes back with this little cake and a little candle lit all by himself. And he squats down next to Colton and whispers, saying, happy birthday. And Colton had this huge smile on his face, like, because Colton wanted to be sung happy birthday too, but he didn't want a bunch of loud noise. And so we saw Paolo like 5 years later. And I had always remembered him, and he was at Tutto Italia. And I literally like ran across the restaurant. I'm like, Paolo.
Don't tell me he remembered you.
He said he did. I don't know. I told him I remembered him.
We have a picture of him.
Yep. And I said, I remember you all these years. What you did that day was just so touching to me and to our family. And it's just the little things like that's what actually made us fall in love with Disney.
Yeah.
Was the way that we were treated, and the way that they treat our son and everybody, and everybody for that matter. So
that's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad what I saw was really good with him. Like, I didn't see, anything crazy. I thought when he yelled at the people, I was laughing that he told him to get back on the boat.
We have some really funny moments.
Yeah, we do have funny moments. And again, you learn to laugh because, at first I think when you go through it, you're embarrassed.
When you're younger.
Yeah, when you're younger, inexperienced, right? And then you go through it and you kind of just shrug it off. Like, I was always very tough and wanted to get in somebody's face and start a fight over it, right? Like, but that's not the way to handle it. So then I started saying something like, well, he has autism, and what's your problem? Like something like that. And now I just kind of laugh or pull Colton aside and give him a life lesson and speak to him about the situation and just worry about him and not worry about the other person.
I think that's great. I forgot I had these pictures loaded. This was when we first got there. These are great.
He talked about meeting you every single day.
Yeah,
I think even when we saw Don and Marie, I'm pretty sure that Don and Marie can verify that he said 2 more days till Big Fat Panda. Yeah. I mean, that's them pretending to be sleeping.
Living with the land.
He was totally up for the whole pretend thing too.
Oh yeah.
Great. This was great.
Yeah, you two are like, I'll tell you, 2 peas in a pod.
It was fun.
I'm shocked at how well you two got along. I love that.
I don't remember doing this, by the way. I don't remember this at all.
It was at the end, I think.
I guess so. I don't remember that one either. At France, there was a I don't know. I was doing so many things I don't remember.
We were too busy looking for the Bombolino.
The
Bombolino donut.
Okay, speaking of donuts, I got to be honest. This one was not
talking about me.
No, that
it was gross.
This one was pretty gross.
Yeah,
I
mean, the way it looks is exactly how it tastes.
Right.
It
Throw
was
a whole
little
bunch
bit
of can.
stale too. Did you notice that, John? I didn't want to say it like on your video, but it was. I wouldn't get it again. I mean, if Colton wanted it, fine, because it has all that candy on it. But like a regular Dunkin' Donuts donut is glazed. Dunkin' Donuts donut is better. It wasn't that good. No,
I agree. But this one,
this was amazing.
that was something else.
I've been craving that since we came home.
Yeah, and the sriracha with the Asian slaw that you mentioned, it was. I know. We have to figure a way to do this. This is chicken. This is I guess like chicken and waffles type of thing, but chicken in a donut.
Ask Chris Alardi to do it. I mean,
basically, that's right.
Yeah, Chris could do it. It's basically just you could go to Dunkin' Donuts and get a glazed donut. You need sriracha. How do you say it?
Sriracha.
I always call it sriracha, and maybe like a fried chicken, and then some like Asian slaw, and then But Chris,
he might have done it something so similar with that Marvel, the big.
Huge,
doesn't that have sriracha on it too?
That has something like a sriracha or wasabi type.
Yeah.
Over at aioli. Yeah.
Ooh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the
aioli would be good.
I'm looking at these comments. Oh, thank you, Ma and Pa. Ma and Pa 407 on Instagram. Not Instagram.
Hi, Ma and Pa.
TikTok. Sorry.
Love those.
Yeah, guys. Mary. That's all they did. They took a donut that was mediocre and put candy on it.
We had to try it though because we couldn't. We really wanted. There's a donut in Italy. So if anybody goes, get it, please, because we could not do the hour line. There was, I think it would have been an hour.
We were excited to go to Italy too.
And it was like, I forget exactly what it was, but it was a donut. And I remember that hearing raspberry and something else, and it sounded so good.
The lines were not bad. And then we got to Italy, and
Italy.
We didn't know how long it was. And Kim asks a lady that's literally like, I figured out she's 25% into the line, and she was waiting 15 minutes already. And I'm like, okay, that's an hour. That's not good.
Yeah.
Okay, this now. Kim, I was disappointed in your initial reaction for this.
I know. You know what? It was so hot, John, and you were like, "You have to have the cheddar soup." Here it is. So I mean,
the hot soup.
My first bite, I was just hot, but it was salty. That's what I first tasted. Very good. But then the more I tasted it, it was really good.
And you know what's
there's
funny?
Nothing wrong with that at all.
It's made with flour, but if you told somebody that it was potato, you could pretty much feel like it was a potato soup with cheddar cheese, right?
Yeah, it's thick.
Yeah, it's only made with flour to starching it up.
It's a roux that you make.
Yeah, it's like a piece of dough in the bowl, and I'm like, this isn't going to become soup, and then it magically becomes soup.
Yep.
And then David got the filet mignon.
That was good.
Yeah, you know,
that was really
I don't know why I didn't taste it. I think you offered it to me.
Yeah, I didn't you said no.
I think I had my hands. We had makeshift tables.
Yeah, we did.
There were ants attacking us at some point. I wish they'd put more tables out. Okay, Mary says, I love that soup so much. It's better eaten inside. Oh, in the air conditioner for sure. Or making it at home.
Yes, Mary, I agree. But it was delicious. Yeah. It really was good.
Katarina never had a donut in Disney. You know what, Katarina? Up until now, I don't think there were any good donut options.
Yes, there is. There used to be donuts in Hollywood Studios. There's like a coffee booth over by
the writers stop. No.
I don't hate that. And it's so good. Colton got it once. It was huge and it was soft.
Yeah, it was glazed.
And glazed like
it had pink icing on it.
Fresh tasting, like a Krispy Kreme or a Dunkin' Donut. Yeah. We keep talking about donuts.
That was before they closed that wall down for Galaxy's Edge when you used to be able to walk into the Backlot Express.
Yes.
Right. I used to get the carrot cake cookie there, which was so good.
Oh, at Joffrey's. Somebody just said that's where it is. It's at Joffrey's. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Which I still think I think it's weird, like with their agreements with Starbucks, that they're still having Joffrey's also, which, by the way,
that is kind of weird.
Sometimes is better coffee, dare I say it. I need to know what Mary thinks about that.
No,
Mary
I hate Starbucks. I'm not a Starbucks girl.
Oh, okay. So then you like Joffrey's better.
I do.
No, I'm wondering too, because in our room we had an old fashioned coffee machine, right? Like the coffee pot, and we were getting the Joffrey's filters. But now they're switching over to Keurigs in a lot of the updated rooms. And who's sponsoring the K cups? Are they?
I don't.
Like
I think
Joffrey's
it's
coffees.
I think it's whatever's in expensive K cups. I think. But hold on, no Starbucks. Yeah, Mary said it's better coffee. I agree. I've had iced coffee, which I love from Starbucks, and I enjoy it. But when I get it from Joffrey's, it always tastes better.
Yeah,
always tastes better. It's less bitter and it's stronger coffee, I think.
That's one thing I really hope they update is that I hope that they get Keurig machines for the DVC rooms for the morning. That would make a much better morning.
Keurig really doesn't have enough coffee in a pod to give me a cup that I can drink.
Really?
It's not strong enough. Yeah, could because I'm Italian and I like strong coffee.
I want some strong coffee. Yeah.
I don't like Keurig. I have the machine now where I don't even want to tell you. Saw the machine I got, the Philips
yes.
Where it grinds it, it makes the puck, pressurizes it. That's some good stuff.
You know what my brother does to people when they come over his house for the first time after he serves the espresso? He takes that puck and he puts powdered sugar on it and tells them it's a chocolate dessert and they eat it. Yeah, I swear to God. I swear to God, he's done it to many people and they have coffee grinds.
They die. They die. I take those grinds and I put them in the garden for the flowers.
No, he feeds them to people.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not good. All right. So Rise of the Resistance. Tell me about the process. What time did you get it? How nervous were you to get it? Did you get the tip that I got, which is, I'm sorry, Mark, I have you on camera a little bit. Did I tell you about the tip where they say shut off the cell? Because shut off the Wi-Fi.
So we used that room Wi-Fi twice, both mornings from the bed, woke up at 6:30 and did it with both laying next to each other.
I thought you had to be in the park to make this thing because that's what they told me.
No, that's for the 1 o'clock you do, not for the 7 p.m.
Okay, good to know. Okay.
Yep. And I actually got it both times. And first time we got boarding group 61 or 60, and the next time we got 41.
How long do you have to get there? I'm like, could I do it from home ever for the morning?
Yes.
Yeah, we had a long time. I mean,
hours.
we were in group like 60. We had like 2 hours, and then you can check back in and see what boarding group they're on. So because if the ride shuts down a couple times, don't forget that's going to be a whole nother hour past that. So I think that when we got it at 7 o'clock for boarding group 60, we didn't have to be there till like 1:30. And then when we went to the cast member. They said that you could come back up to an hour later.
He also said you could show up anytime, basically. If you have,
I wasn't trusting that because I was like, no,
I'm not going to chance it.
I wasn't going to come back 5 hours later. Plus, we were excited.
This comment is a first. I've heard people not think it's great, but didn't like it.
You know what? I'm not going to say that it's garbage, but I am going to tell you that I like Flight of Passage 100 times better than Rise.
I like Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway better than Rise. But again, I still think it's a spectacle that you should see.
Right.
But yeah, if I had to choose between that and Splash Mountain, I would go on Splash Mountain.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
Gosh.
Or Mickey and Minnie's or Flight.
No, Pretty Good Sure As You're Born and Sing to Me and show me all the animatronics and the colors. But it's an adventure. It is.
Right.
And it's a different type of an adventure. When I went at the 1 o'clock, by the way, which I'm glad you're telling me you didn't have to be in the park, I kept refreshing and I got boarding group 165. And I couldn't believe I finally made it at like 6 o'clock in the day, but it did work out. It did.
You got it, yeah.
Colton and I loved Rise of the Resistance so much. I cried because we had waited 2 years. I'm a big Star Wars fan, so I had been waiting. We went to last time we were in Disney before the pandemic was July of 2019. We just went for a quick trip thinking and that they were opening that August. So we're like, okay, no big deal. We're going to go on our big long April trip. We'll do it then. And then that was COVID. So then the following year was this past April where we couldn't go because of my job. I'd have to quarantine. So I had been waiting a long time to see Galaxy's Edge and go on Rise of the Resistance. And I hadn't watched any videos on it because I wanted to experience it. So I was literally waiting. David already knew what was going to happen at what point. So for me, I didn't realize that it's such an immersive experience that, you're getting captured and the role playing of the cast members, I just thought was so funny. Like, Colton said something and the cast members, like when we were in interrogation, he just goes, who cares? I was laughing.
He goes, who cares?
And then like all of the Kylo Ren sightings and him like constantly coming at you because I'm a big Kylo Ren.
Kim might have a Kylo crush. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
So it was kind of fun.
Is Colton totally aware that they're joking and fooling? I mean, is there ever a moment you think where he thinks something serious is
No,
going on?
he was
I don't
screaming
think
and
he
laughing the
yeah,
whole
I don't
time.
think
This
Okay,
is
good.
amazing.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
He enjoys
gets it.
the whole experience, but I don't think at any time he ever says this is real. Like
Okay,
he gets
good.
it, you know.
No, he knows
But
he knows it's acting.
He
pointed
acts
out
it up
when-
like the fantasy with it too. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I pointed out the whole, Kylo's lightsaber coming through the ceiling part, and I think he really liked that because it's a really cool,
That is a cool effect.
Yeah, very cool effect.
It was nice one night at Galaxy's Edge. We stayed a little bit later, and I mean they were closing at 7 one of the nights. That was the only other thing that was a little disappointing to us, is that it was so hot and we were ready to go at night. It was starting to cool down, and we just wanted to start walking around Galaxy's Edge and explore it after we did the rides and everything. And it was not crowded, and they were shutting things down.
We couldn't even get a water
Before 7 o'clock.
Right.
I mean, it was 6:30, and even to get a Dasani water was being shut down. And that kind of, I understand,
They're short
but
staffed.
that they're short
That's
staffed. But I
the
was
whole
like,
thing.
that's not
Staffing.
like Disney usually to start shutting things down, but they were, and we noticed it in a few parks. But that one night we had an opportunity to really walk around Galaxy's Edge without a lot of people, and it was really neat.
Thank you.
Please do not encourage David with the green screen. Please.
Green screen.
We're trying to get him away from it. Okay, I never asked you about this, but I'm going to surmise. Did Colton love the Millennium Falcon ride, Smuggler's Run?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
really enjoyed it.
I never asked you about this at all.
It was fun. We rode it several times, and I just think that because you're involved, like a lot of people were downplaying that and saying it wasn't that good of a ride. Really liked it a lot, and it's fun. It's interactive.
What positions did you guys all do?
He was the pilot, and David was the pilot,
Yeah.
and I was the gunner for the first one, and then the second one, Colton and I were the pilots, and that was really
I was a gunner.
fun.
Was
Yeah,
Colton
Like,
ever up? Was Colton ever up and down pilot?
He was side to side, and I did up
Okay.
and down, and he crashed
took me-
into absolutely everything.
It took me half the ride to realize up was down and down was up, even though
Yeah.
they told me.
Yeah, but even though
It
they
went right
tell
over my
you,
head.
It's still confusing once you're doing it and you're going up, knowing it's down, but you still get confused during the ride.
it is like Star Tours. Marek said too much. It is like
Yeah,
Star, and I love
unfriended.
Star Tours, but I mean, you're not driving Star Tours, so it's fun.
Right. Yeah,
to
I thought
kind
it
of,
was fun.
I thought it was fun. But I'm not going to be the pilot again. That was bad.
Seeing the Falcon just when you walk up there and see it in person, that's very impressive.
I agree. The
Yeah.
engineer, Mary, is very. It's when you don't want to do anything, you can be the engineer.
I was an engineer.
I
at
I like
one
to be
point,
the
yeah.
I like to be the gunner. That's really
Me too.
fun.
Yeah,
That's
It's a little.
fun.
It'll hurt your finger after a while.
Oh, yeah.
though.
I know. I was like, I am blasting. I'm blasting. I'm
Slamming
trying.
They're. I got to tell you, Mom, Pop. If you ask, they're pretty good at letting you get what you want.
Yeah.
There's always somebody asking for something. So
Well, we
Yeah,
thought
there's
we
a
did
big-
very bad on it, but
there's a big sign of Kim and Colton that says
Donald,
pilot
you're right.
with a.
yeah, but
With
there
a
was another
splash.
time we rode it, and a couple of girls that were on it with us, they piloted it, and they were even worse than Kim and Colton were. It was bad, and
I was like, I'm going to throw up.
we were like all screaming at one point during the ride, and then when we got off, it was hilarious. We were laughing at each other.
I think they were doing the opposite, the up and down thing the entire
Yeah.
time. Like, yeah, it was,
Very fun experience.
but it's fun. I mean,
What
Flight
else
of
was
Passage-
new to you? I'm sorry. Oh, go ahead. Flight of Passage. Go ahead. I
Oh.
love Flight of Passage.
I mean, just David keeps comparing it, and it's like Pandora lends itself to absolute beauty. We love Pandora, and
Yeah.
Colton loves Flight of Passage, and we always get a tear on Flight of Passage. I mean, you feel like you're in heaven on Flight of Passage. But you can't really compare it. It's a whole different thing.
They're two different.
What about that spot? Hold on. What about that spot where you actually pause for a second
Yes.
to regain everything, and then you
the
get
dragon's
the
bre-
and
the
then you
banshee's
get
breathing.
Yeah.
but then you get that lift again when you take off. Like, oh, good. They if they kept it up constant, you wouldn't have the rest to feel it again. The wonderfulness.
Kind of euphoric, and the music they play and those floating like jellyfish.
Well,
things
then
that
if
come
you have to
down
look
and-
around, that's when like the luminescent things come
Yeah.
out. The jellyfish and everything.
I'm
But-
also a huge supporter of Navi River. So, again, people don't
David
like that,
loves
but I love
Navi
Navi
River.
River. I could ride that thing all day. Hey,
Hey,
Solo.
Stan.
Hold on, you know
Um,
what, Chris? If anybody's done the Chewbacca thing, it would be Stan, I think. So, Stan, tell us if you've done. There's a
Oh,
way
that's
to
right.
do something on the Falcon so bad that Chewbacca takes over or
The
something.
Chewbacca
like
mode. Yeah, you
Yeah.
punch in certain buttons. There's a combination of buttons that you do, and you get Chewbacca mode.
How dare you, Mary? It's delightful.
Mary T. Wells, never again.
I think it's so relaxing and pretty.
I
It just
lo-
could be
I
a
love
little
it.
bit longer.
Could be. It was supposed to be. You know, it was cut in half.
It should have been a little
Really?
bit longer.
It should be
yeah.
It
longer.
was. It was. There is a plan with the track and what it was supposed to do, and there's still spots where they can add animatronics, but it was cut halfway.
Oh, I love it.
I do love the animatronic. The at the end.
Yeah.
David loves that.
There's a Halloween. You know, they're singing Halloween to you at the end. It's about Halloween, the whole experience.
Halloween.
Well, that was nice that they were really good guests on the show, and I'm happy that they came. Love them to death. Oh, God. What you started singing Halloween songs, and I was like, "What's going on?"
If you listen in the end, David
Hi,
always
Marla.
says the Halloween song, and it is.
Yeah, it sounds
Does
like
it sound like?
Halloween. You'll see next time towards the end. You asked about something else new. Something else new to us was Mickey and Minnie's.
that was a great
Oh,
run.
come on, right?
Yeah, and I had not watched that either because David watches everything. I don't like to watch
I'm a
them. I like
vlogaholic.
to wait and see.
You're
was
more like
not
Mary, where you
expecting
don't
it.
watch anything online.
I wasn't expecting it to be as exciting as it was. I mean, when it first started, I was like, okay, this is going to be cutesy wootsy. It's going to be a cute, I'm sure. But like, but then I was like over the waterfall and the tornado. It was
It's a
really
cute
fun.
ride,
Yeah.
I'm surprised with what they did, and I'm a big fan of the Great Movie Ride.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah,
okay
too.
with what they did with that building. I'm okay with it. It feels alive. That ride feels alive to me.
The
I
pre-show
agree.
with the screen splitting is crazy technology,
I love it.
right?
Do you know how it's done? Because if not, well, I had to look into it because I thought it was crazy technology. When you find out how it's done, it's still amazing, but you're
Right.
like, oh, okay. So if you want, talk to me later and I'll tell you how it's done.
I think I know part of it because of the wall part, but I don't know how
Okay.
the top part foils up.
Okay. You know what's really nice too is when you exit, do you realize you go back through the screen
Right
you came
through the same screen, right?
Great. And it says the end on the
Yeah.
screen.
Except David gave it away to everyone when we were in that little theater.
I'm a spoiler.
He was like, Kim, watch.
Watch the
This whole
screen
screen is
explode."
going to explode. And I'm like, great.
I know everything that's going to happen before it
He
happens.
said it so loud. Everybody was like, oh, really?
Hold on. I think she's talking about Mickey and Minnie's, maybe? She's probably talking about Mickey and Minnie's. That trackless vehicle is not new at all, but there might be some new tech in it.
So
to keep-
it's 2D. I think it's not 3D like Ratatouille is going to be. I think the ride experience is in 2D, but the trackless system has been around for a bit.
Yeah, I don't know. She said vehicle tech, so we'll find out
Yeah.
what she's saying.
That was very cool.
Yeah. Roman says hi to Colton.
Hi.
Matic
Roman.
Palucci.
I'm sure he says hello.
The vehicle itself, the trackless ride vehicle, is the same as Remy as far as the trackless is. It's the same thing where it's guided by a wire that's embedded into the cement, I should say, for lack of a
Almost
better.
like the old fork lift
Yeah.
technology.
I think the way the vehicles talk to each other might be different. That might be the new vehicle tech, whereas they kind of talk to each other to know where all four are in a thing. Hello, Michael Shibata, who I see. Shibata bread.
Hey.
How are you, Mike?
Ciabatta bread.
Oh, we also watched Epcot Forever, which was good.
Oh, come on. Give me your comparing it to what?
Well, just from my expectation of what it was going to be. So,
And you didn't get the
there was a lot of
kites.
fireworks. We didn't
No.
get the kites. I just thought
Okay.
that
I
it was
thought it was
nice.
nice.
The
Great
music was
fireworks.
nice, and the fireworks were good.
Yeah, we enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not happily ever after, but it's
So this Saturday at 8:00, we are going to do Disney Night Live,
yes.
and we are going to talk more about the trip. There's a lot I didn't cover, which is good.
We're going to talk about we have a Hondo Anaka Funko Pop giveaway. We're going to talk about how to win. Yeah.
How do you win it? Do we know?
We're going to talk about it on Saturday. There's going to be a whole. Kim's got an idea.
Yeah.
So do you have to watch our show in order to
So watch out to
You have to watch our show, and there's going to be a secret decoder.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Be a
Can
lot
I
of
say
fun.
we can't say what it is? I think I
No,
know.
you cannot. say
Okay.
it.
Is Stan Solo going to be there? Because it might interest him if he is.
Dan might make it.
Stan may be there. Hopefully,
All right.
Stan is there. Stan, come on.
For the
Stan.
record, Stan is really into the Olympics. He lives and
Yes.
breathes them. And he actually carried the torch one year, which I couldn't believe. I thought you were all kidding me.
No, that's a great experience for Stan. I mean, he showed us that video years ago.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a really cool
He
thing.
carried the torch through the
Yeah.
ice and the snow.
I like that you said Secret Dakota, like Ovaltine from Christmas Story. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so how many days this trip did you go to Magic Kingdom?
Twice.
2.
Yeah. Every park twice.
Do you hop at all, or you stay in one?
We have had park hopper, and normally we do like at night when the Poly monorail was open. We have done that before. That's why we got it. This trip,
no hopping.
Yeah, we just didn't wind up doing it.
Okay, so 2 days Magic Kingdom. How many days Epcot?
2.
And Animal Kingdom?
2.
And Studios?
2. Colton insists that it's an even amount of parks. So
yeah, so we were going to do another park 3 days, and he said no, we have to do each one twice to make it.
I hate it, Mary. I know why it's there, and I know that they'll probably continue it. Piccianos, do you agree?
It doesn't allow the freedom, and then you have to look for another park reservation to hop. I mean, and so I don't think that the current restrictions in place lend itself to park hopping as well as it did before the pandemic, and also with fast passes. So
I'm just checking on my special guests that I have, if they're coming.
This is exciting.
I thought I would see the special guest by now, but I don't. So I'm checking on them. Just give me a moment.
No problem.
I'm dying to know who it is.
We'll take over.
It is a surprise for you guys. I'm checking. Let's see.
Oh my God, is it? Oh, I can't say.
No, it's not. Who do you think it's going to be? Kylo Ren?
They're usually early.
Kylo Ren.
Do you think it's Kylo Ren?
It could be Kylo Ren.
It's possible.
They might not be coming. Yeah, I don't like the reservation system at all. I mean, being a local, we used to jump in just to go to dinner at Epcot and come out, and that's not a thing. So.
No. I mean, the fact that you can't get a fast pass at another park and kind of guarantee a ride and just move over that, you know what I mean? Like, you have to get a park reservation and then go there and do standby for rides. And I'm not sure this whole thing works for that. There's rumors going on that fast pass is coming back because kiosks are being uncovered.
Yeah, I mean, they're uncovering them for a reason. I don't know what for.
Maybe to take them out. Who knows?
What do you think of the Christmas and the Boo Bash and all that stuff?
We've never done any of that because we can't go at those times of years because Kim's a teacher. I mean, it looks fun. I'd rather do.
You've never done a Christmas party?
No.
We saw Christmas decorations once we were there in November. So sometimes we can go in November depending on if I have a full week off for teachers convention here in New Jersey. Sometimes we have a whole week off, and we've done it, and we've seen the decorations.
Saw the Osborne lights the last year.
The Osborne lights was the last year we did that, which was that to me that was the best part of it. But Boo Bash, I mean, I could do without. If I was gonna go during Halloween, I would really want to go see the Horror Nights.
Kim, I
really would like to come visit you, even if it's just for like
Kim, do it,
and let's go get scared.
Get a cheap flight and do it.
Because Halloween, but I mean,
same thing with Christmas. Do the Christmas party once.
Yeah, I would like to do Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party if that comes back.
If you're doing it from Jersey, I would say wait till there's a full-fledged Christmas party.
Right.
And speaking of Christmas, our guests are here, and it is still July. So it's Christmas in July. I called. Yes, I put a special message in to Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus, which I didn't even know if Mrs. Claus was going to be. Mrs. Claus was having a problem with the elves, and they weren't building the toy the right way. And then she made a whole bunch of candy, and one of the elves spilled the candy, but she made it, and I'm kind of surprised. I have Mr. and Mrs. Claus here to talk a little bit about their Christmas preparations.
Hi, Mr.
I'm so excited.
Hello, everyone.
I am so happy you came out of your busy schedule.
I know.
Are you like working really hard on Christmas?
Oh yeah, the elves are working overtime to keep up, but I can't tell you what the big toy is going to be this year. It's a secret.
Okay, you got to start making more PS5s apparently.
True.
For John.
Yeah.
No,
Santa,
I got one.
Have I been a good girl this year?
Well, I've checked the list once, and Kim, you're on the list. Panda, you're on the list. Try a little bit harder, Dave. I heard about it.
I knew it. I told that all the time.
Mrs. Claus, I didn't think you were going to make it because of the whole candy fiasco with the elves. Is that been solved? Did you clean the floor?
For the most part.
All right.
After.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Thank you, though. Gene Palma is looking for the new Xbox because he helped me get the PS5. So we're on to the new Xbox now.
You have to keep that. You have to remember that for this year.
Hi, Katie.
Hey, Katie.
Katie's here.
Gosh, Mr. and Mrs. Claus look a lot like our friends from Florida, Donnie and Marie, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, you don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got to check.
That's when we're undercover.
Right.
Speaking of
time.
Speaking of Christmas, Donna Marie, do you know Mr. and Mrs. Claus? See, Kim, you made me think it was Donna Marie, maybe. Mr. and Mrs. Claus, do we know anything about the Disney happenings for Christmas?
Well, we know the Christmas tree stroll is coming back to Disney Springs.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Are there more trees added?
We also know in Hollywood Studios that the projections on the tower will be back.
Yes.
There's going to be special holiday treats spread across the parks. Unfortunately, right now, from what I hear, there is no Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. But they're going to do something very similar to what they're doing for Halloween, where they're going to have an after hours event.
Oh, nice.
All right. That's better than nothing. We'll take it.
Yep.
Don't they do like a cookie stroll too in Epcot, I think, or one of the parks?
Stroll, yes.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
And
that's
really cute.
They haven't brought back, from what I understand, the storytellers are not coming back yet.
Okay.
So, but
I like that.
Will be Christmas, each country will have their own Christmas setup.
Yep.
Very nice.
I do believe Grand Circle Tour that Santa is vaccinated.
Yes.
All the elves.
Everybody's all vaccinated.
We made it a job requirement.
I'm pretty happy about it. Do the reindeers get vaccinated?
No.
No.
I know
they don't need it.
Jungle cats can catch COVID, but I don't. The reindeers have.
Not the reindeer. They're immune to it. So I'm really excited that you guys showed up tonight because I was thinking how we had Christmas in July last year. Now that's Disney Night Live, and then somehow we got to the end of July and didn't do it, and this is such a great surprise.
Right. And I knew the opportunity of Christmas in July leaves in a couple of days.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
so this was really good.
I'm sorry, Marie. Say that again. We lost you.
Oh no, that's not.
Mrs. Claus. I keep calling you Marie. I'm so sorry.
I look like Marie. Hey, what can I?
You really do look like Marie.
Marie.
Do you know Marie Nicholson? She's so pretty. If you ever see Marie
She's
Nicholson, you'll know why we say that.
Yeah.
I hear Donald's a very lucky man.
I heard that Marie Nicholson, Mrs. Claus, I heard that she loves to drink a lot of Pago Pago painkillers.
Is that true?
They were very good.
So you do know Marie.
You know the
drink that we had at Hollywood.
You mean the drink that Marie had?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was very good.
They know. You guys know a lot about Donna Marie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Wow.
It's a little weird. It's a little weird to me.
Hey, Superman had Clark Kent. I'm just
Very
saying.
true.
Doubles.
You need an alias.
Doubles.
Santa, I have a request for you. All they want is paid flights for Ma and Pa to go to Colorado to visit their newborn grandson for the holidays.
There you go.
So let's talk to the stars about that.
Yes, we will.
We
Aww.
will. Exactly.
That's
Linda.
that's great. What'd she say?
Linda says I'm so confused.
But if you know Linda, you understand.
Oh, Linda's great. I love Linda.
That is good. That is good, Stan.
Yeah, congratulations to Joy, Stan's daughter, who just got married on Saturday, right?
Joy and Justin.
And to her new husband, Justin.
We got to see the pictures, some of the pictures for that.
Yeah.
So that's great.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm grateful. It's very cold up here at the North Pole, or Santa and Mrs. Claus will be sweating to death right now.
Oh yeah, I could. If you were in a warm state,
Yeah.
Something like Florida.
like Florida, you'd be sweating.
I didn't realize that Mr. and Mrs. Claus have such a strong New York accent.
Well,
do.
yeah.
It's
like
funny.
sounds like they're from the Hamptons or something.
like
Well, it is north. It is up north. So
This is
that
true.
makes sense.
It's the North Pole.
So you know what's really funny that you mentioned Donna Marie? I'm going to see them tomorrow for lunch.
Oh, really? Where are you going?
To the boathouse to get the filet mignon sliders.
Oh man,
That's the one thing about coming back to New Jersey, and then you have friends, that live in Florida, and you can't be part of the plans. And we had a lot of fun on our trip meeting up with everybody.
Eventually, when jobs allow, you have to transport yourself here. I'm sorry, Marie.
Yeah.
Dinner and Mrs.
Mrs. Claus.
You really do, John. His curtains.
oh my God.
That's funny.
But no, Santa and
Kim started me off.
Yeah. Sorry, Miss Claus.
Mrs. Claus, go ahead. The floor is yours. We're shutting up.
Oh no. So how's Colton doing?
He's great.
He's good. You know what? He's been a good boy while we've been down here doing the show. It's just some loud footsteps.
He may be burning the house down.
Could be burning the house down. Who
He's
knows?
doing good, enjoying his summer. He's getting ready for vacation number 2 down the shore.
Yeah.
In another week or so. So, yep, he's doing good.
Still eating lots of candy, Skittles.
He's still eating the Skittles you guys bought him.
That Don and Marie bought him. The friends.
I'm sorry, Don and Marie got him a giant bag of Skittles.
We could mess up a church mass.
Yeah, the two of you have
I know.
boxes up horribly.
We love the pictures of you and Colton, John.
Did you? I'm so glad you saw them.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that Mr. and Mrs. Claus saw them. That's great. The pictures.
Facebook.
Yeah, they have Facebook.
Follow them on Facebook.
We got to see so many friends and meet friends that we've known, from doing the group and the show, and then getting to meet everybody in person was just an amazing, amazing time.
We didn't think that we'd be able to meet up with everybody because it is hard when you're there on vacation to plan it all. But we squeezed almost everybody in, and
next time when we go,
it was so fun. It was so fun. It was different. This is the first time that we've actually met up with so many different people that we met through our Facebook group. So again, if you're not part of Now That's Disney, we are drama free. We try to keep
the most drama
in the world.
No, it's not. There's no drama.
I try to keep the drama out.
We try to keep the drama out.
There's only been 3 murders last week on that group.
Keep it clean and fun and all Disney.
Right.
So come join us. We have a good time, and we met a lot of good friends, including Mr. and Mrs. Claus,
right,
and John, and so
Adam.
We'd love to have
Mark.
you.
And one of the coolest things was, I'm sorry, what was that?
I was going to say the time went very fast.
It did. Yeah. I mean, it was, so before I started doing the group and before I started doing the show, I was a really big fan of John's, right? And watched the vlogs. And then he started doing the show with us, which was great. And then we meet in person. And then for him to walk around Epcot with our son and then also do a vlog, like Colton was we were excited, but Colton was super excited to see the vlog that John did. Yeah. And it was just like an amazing experience.
Yeah, to see him do
a brand new camera.
Yeah, that thing's cool.
Yeah, because Colton wants to be a YouTuber one day, which I told him he's got to do something else too. But, if you're really successful like John, so he really looks up to you, John. And so for him to see how your new camera worked, and I think he was really impressed.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, and so is David.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
he is a good kid.
Thank you.
Is he on the good list?
Colton?
He's on the list heading towards the extra nice list.
Oh, wow.
Wait, there's an extra nice list?
Yes, there is.
That before.
Never made it, John?
I don't know. You would have to tell me. I don't think so. I've gotten some good gifts, but I don't think I was ever on the extra good list. Linda keeps a list, and she says I'm the bestest. So
Mom Pa says, David, you bring the drama. I'm reading the comments. Thank you.
And Santa, don't forget that you have to visit Linden, school number 8, Linden, New Jersey, first graders this year again.
Oh, that's right.
I know that was a lot of fun last year for you and Mrs. Claus.
We enjoyed.
My kids loved it. That made their day. It really did. They were really excited.
Aw, I'm so glad.
So I'm so happy we had this shindig.
Yeah.
I love that you're here. Mr. and Mrs. Claus, I can't thank you enough for coming. I am going to tell Donna Marie tomorrow that I saw you, and you really should connect with them because you have a lot in common.
Oh, yeah.
Some housekeeping, new video merchandise went on bigfatpanda.com. Please follow Now That's Disney. And Saturday at 8 p.m. will be a show similar to this, which David takes the reins, and I don't have to read comments and click things, and it's so much. I'm a little bit more relaxed, I think.
We'll do the extended
We'll be
version,
talking about food, though. A lot of the food reviews
things
on
we ate.
Saturday.
Good.
A lot of different things, yeah.
Right. And
Good. Oh, we'll also show our vlog that we did.
Yeah.
Yes. We'll
So
show
that'll be
John's vlog, which was a lot of fun.
That was really fun.
Yep.
But if you can visit bigfatpanda.com and click around, that's all I got for you. I love you all, and I thank you all for coming.
We love you
Really.
guys. Thank you all.
Sincerely, guys. Thank you.
Love you. Bye.
Mary, Linda, be good.
Ho, ho, ho.
Where-
Oh!